Well, you're at the back. Good. Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, big breaths. All right. Good afternoon and welcome. Hello, my name is Dean Hurst. And I don't know. Okay. Could use that. So I'll start that again. Good afternoon and welcome. My name is Dean Hurst. And I'm a co-founder of techre. And it's our goal to help grow small businesses. Now, one issue that's affecting all small businesses today is a lack of cash flow. Now, this lack of cash flow prevents businesses from scaling themselves in a number of ways. Now, in the retail sector, software exists to help large format businesses track stock from order to sale. Now, as I'm sure you can imagine, the software is quite important because in the stock business, in the retail business, stocks are bread and butter. So the software is also quite expensive, which creates quite an interesting catch-22 scenario for SMEs who want to scale their businesses and know how, but lack the required systems and processes, as well as the cash flow to implement those systems. And this is a big problem in South Africa, particularly in Gauteng, where over 48% of our SMEs operate. So today, there are currently 200,000 companies operating without any tracking software. So they are managing their sales and stock data via invoice books. Please excuse me, I'm a bit sick at the moment. So I'm sure you're thinking, now, I've seen this problem solved before. It's in Woolworths with point of sale software, which you have, it's out there, the solution exists. Now, these solutions are built for a different set of generic issues associated with large format retail businesses. They don't really answer the problems that SMEs are facing. So the guiding principle behind corporate social investment is to solve the problems that you currently have with resources that you currently have. And 95% of the small business owners we spoke to currently own smartphones. So we as techre are building retail software that can manage stock and track sales, saving business owners time and enabling them to analyze their businesses, all delivered on a smartphone device. So this is for Rob. He's one of the business owners we spoke to, and he is a third generation owner of a family business at the Oriental Plaza. Now, Pharrell's business is doing quite well, and he's looking at opening a new store. The problem he's experiencing, though, is that he's worried about hiring and training new staff because his stocking systems aren't standardized. He uses over 30 independent stock sheets to manage all of his stock, and his store is quite small, so it's a lot of stock lists. Now, despite the importance of tracking stock and sales data, Pharrell does neither because of his reliance on manual logging systems to input stock and sales data. So I'd like to show you how techre can help a company like Pharrell's. So we're going to demo the app that we've built for you. We received a consignment of stock yesterday, which we put into our inventory stocking. So this is the app itself. Here we have some stock. We've got some really cool canvas espadrilles. They come in navy. So we've now added the product to the inventory list. We just need to build the inventory. So we're adding the amount of stock, the quantity, to whichever inventory we need to. So can I ask anybody here if they'd like to buy a pair of navy canvas espadrilles? All right, I'm obviously not a very good salesman because I don't have too many hands up here. Can I please sell someone some navy espadrilles? Thank you. I see a lot of hands. I'm just going to go with an average of 10. So sell us the 10 espadrilles, please, sir. Cool, and this is why you should invest with techre. You're turning over money as you speak. As I speak.
All 8,000 rand.
Yeah, so they're not the cheapest espadrilles. All right, so now those of you that raised your hands are now proud owners of navy espadrilles. Congratulations. So we've spent a lot of time with business owners like Pharrell. And what we've kind of worked out is that they want to scale their businesses. They just don't have the required processes. So, sorry, I've actually just lost my train of thought here. I'm going to start that whole from the back end of this product demo again. So we spend a lot of time with business owners like Pharrell. We know that they want to scale their businesses. They just don't have the processes. More important than them wanting to scale their business we know that what's holding them back is cash flow. And it's for this reason that we're going to be offering this app as a free download. So with that, oh, it didn't click over. It's still not clicking over. I made it help you. Okay, and that was going to come in, as I said, cash flow. Okay? So cash flow is what's holding these guys back. And that's exactly why we're going to be offering this app as a free download. So with that, you'll have access to the stock control and inventory management features of the application. We will derive revenue through a pay per transaction fee structure, which will be processed on the sales that are processed through the app. Now, in this way, our clientele will only have to pay for our product when they're earning an income. So we feel like it really addresses the main issue of cash flow that business owners are experiencing. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to the team behind techre. It's myself, Dean Hurst, Sebastian Stettler, and Paul Klutter, who unfortunately couldn't be with us today. I have a background in branding, brand building, marketing, and finance. Sebastian is a programmer. He's a software developer, an innovator, and a problem solver. And Paul, in his absence, is just going to be doing honors in IT. That's what we can say about Paul. So we take a very consumer-centric approach to entrepreneurship. We know we're inexperienced, and we think that a better understanding of our consumers' needs, issues, and wants will mean that our product will always have a value to them. So in closing, I'd like to reiterate some points. We're not reinventing the wheel here. Retail software exists. We're not reinventing that process. What we are doing, though, is innovating access to that software to small business owners. Now, in the last 4 weeks, I've come to realize that in the retail sector for small to medium enterprises, what really matters is specific details. And in that regard, there's not another retail software alternative solution that's a good fit for this market. No current competitors offer a solution that fits this segment perfectly. The broad vision for the future of this product is to market it through Africa, starting in Nigeria. And to help us get there, we would like to partner with a company the likes of MTN or any big telecoms provider whose channels to market in Africa we could leverage, as well as their connections and networks to hardware providers, in the hopes that one day in the future, we as Tech Republic would be able to offer our clients a bundled package of hardware, software, and the required mobile data to run this process, all in one bundle, further achieving our goals of helping grow small businesses. Thank you very much. That's our pitch. My name's Dean Hurst, representing Tech Republic, and I'll take your questions now.
I think firstly, I didn't, the correlation between cash flow and the stock wasn't explicit. You sort of said cash flow and I can manage stock. So you can trade in stock, but the actual direct correlation to cash flow wasn't established in my mind as a firm if then else conversation. So I'll just do two things. Have you guys been to Nigeria?
I know we have.
We've got friends which are there at the moment, and we've been working with them to market the app through Nigeria.
Okay. And then monetization, obviously, so you can give the app for free. You can explain how.
So it's per transaction billing. And that's where it ends up with the cash flow. The thing is that we don't want to burden the business with a large price, even when the business is not doing as well. So that the price of the application would match the business's current cash flow, and that's how we are trying to help the business.
Yeah, I think also something we didn't touch on as much as we maybe should have is the required capital outlay for hardware systems and then the software systems that run on those hardware systems. And that's where the cash flow issue comes in, because small businesses need these systems in place so that they can scale. But because they don't have the finances and cash flow, they can't implement the system.
Yeah. The long-term vision is basically for the entire store to be run with the cell phone. So you won't have to buy barcode readers, you won't have to buy printers, and it would also be handling payments.
But we can't pitch on those elements because our MVP is just a stock control, inventory management, and sales tracking app. We would like to build, this app is for small to medium business owners. We'd like to build one that interfaces with manufacturers and one that interfaces with consumers. and then through that process completely cut out any the need for any other kind of technology. No barcode scanners, as Seb said, no receipt printers, no cash draw. We'll partner with someone like Lefra Mobile so that we've got money, mobile money, no cash on hand. So I hope I've addressed that question.
Yeah, have you thought about, so all of the stock that's put into your system is in the cloud, of course?
Yeah.
So, have you thought about small retail shop owners not really wanting to put anything on record?
So the next feature that we're implementing is offline storage.
I'm talking specifically about tax, right? So
Yeah.
they don't necessarily want to be completely transparent on their stock levels, and so that digitizing that data is a big problem.
Yeah,
for them.
If they own the data, we don't have any right to give that data to anyone else or to even look at it per se.
Yeah, to be honest though, I don't think we've addressed that issue as well as we can.
Yeah, so that's more of a sales angle. It's privacy and security and all that's kind of easy to tick a box. It's about trying to change that perception. And then the other thing is, I really actually love the innovation around pricing it. So you're going to charge them as they sell.
Yes.
Yep. And is that going to be? You mentioned it'll be dependent on that sales volume.
Well, yes, it'll probably be a percentile value of the
sales
of the
volume.
sale.
Okay, so fixed percentage.
Much similar to the way that credit card functionality works.
So what I quite liked about the sales pitch, because I interpreted it slightly different. So you would charge me a small amount, percentage-wise, on small volumes, but as those volumes increase, charge me more. So therefore, the sustainability from a small business owner is that's a really good proposition.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions we can field? I'll get to you in a second.
I'd look at that revenue model a little closer. So again, payments are something I'm very passionate about at the moment, and this percentage transaction thing is something that annoys me currently. I hate credit cards. The bankers in the back. But try and look at another model, and I can't think of the guys that are. There's quite a good payment system in the US at the moment. No, not Square. Square is not Stripe. No. I'll come up with it. But their model is low volume, low value transactions. There's no transaction fee, and then it's a fixed transaction cost over that. So so let's say it's $100. So anything over $100, they only charge $5 rand for argument's sake. And it doesn't go up or down, regardless of the size of the
Fixed
transaction.
rate past the value.
I like that model, but it's your business.
We'll definitely have
The other question I had is, have you heard of an app called Shopify POS?
yes, we have.
Okay, and you don't think that that's
Well, I know
potential
about
competition?
Shopify.
Yeah, there's Shopify, there's Shopify, there's Vend, there's a lot of alternatives. And as we kind of stated, they address much the same issues that we are, but in a different way. And yes, you want to
Look, I haven't heard about Shopify POS, but products I have looked at is Vend, for example. Now, if you look at a Vend point of sale solution, it looks pretty much like a legacy point of sale solution, except they've taken the computer out and they've put an iPad in place. We want the entire thing to run on mobile, so that the only cost that the person has to incur in terms of large hardware cost is his mobile cell phone. And more people in Africa are moving to smartphones. So it's very like integrated into their thing. They couldn't buy it anyways. Now you buy it and you get the point of sale solution on your cell phone with barcode scanning.
And then the point for us to try and partner with a hardware partner is to gain access to tablets and smartphones to increase the accessibility and penetration of smartphones themselves.
An example of we're looking at is Dream Mobile and their startup in Cape Town.
Yeah, they're Cape Town.
Which is about making mobile.
We actually got that contact from you. Thank you very much for that. That's been quite helpful. All right, sorry, you in the back had a question.
Yeah, just find out.
Okay, we're not taking questions. I will chat to you later. I will chat to you later. I will come and find you. Thank you guys very much.
Just lost the sale. So just, I like the idea of mobile, but I wonder if for a system like this, mobile is the be all and end all. Because I'm sure the guys in the government at night, they want to do some advanced reporting.
So we've got, this is a completely cross-platform application. It works on mobile phones, native desktop, and web browser. So if he's using our cloud functionality, of course we discussed the offline issue here now, but if he's using our application as planned, when he goes home and he's got his desktop there, he can log onto the website and see advanced reports on a much nicer screen.
Also, I think as the product develops past its MVP stage, we'll be able to develop more kind of business accounting structures where you can go home and then use the full functionality of your laptop on our web platform.
One sales channels to look at is obviously just plugging this into existing accounting.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
sure.
definitely. All right.
Actually, so a quick one, just route to market. So it's a high volume, low margin business.
Yes.
How many vendors doing how many transactions do you think you're going to need to break even?
A hell of a lot.
And how are you going to find them?
So I'm going to have to cut it off here.
Yeah, we'll catch up with you after.
Got it?